SmackDown Live last night, compared to Raw Reunion, by default, was the better show. But honestly, it didn't really move me or get me anywhere or close to excited for SummerSlam. And ask yourself this question right now. Again, I said this during the Raw review. Are you, by any way, are you excited for SummerSlam coming up? And again, they are literally now 3 weeks away. If you want to discard this week, 2 weeks away if you want to think about it. Going into WWE's second biggest show of the year. And yet, they're just putting shit together. Let's see what sticks to the fucking wall to get people invested, excited. And by the way, this is, once again, WWE's second biggest show of the year following WrestleMania. SummerSlam, which is going to take place in Toronto and shit like that. Again, I thought SmackDown, they did some stuff that I did like. And then other than that, it felt like everything was there just to put in the show, whatever. And let's just get this out of the way, okay? You know it's sad when you're going into SummerSlam, right? And the biggest thing on the show is Shane McMahon and Kevin Owens. Where now Kevin Owens is putting his career on the line. He has to quit WWE if he loses to Shane McMahon at SummerSlam. And that sort of is the big thing on SmackDown, also on Raw, but more on SmackDown, if you will. Meanwhile, Kofi Kingston is your WWE champion. Yes, you throw in Pancake, which I still find annoying as shit. But Kofi Kingston is like the afterthought in all this shit. He's your WWE champion. Which, I've said for a while, it's now time to get the belt off Kofi. Anyway, I'll get more into that and so much other stuff here on Around the Point. Dorks, what is up? It's me, it's Steve. This is your WWE SmackDown Live recap. My overall thoughts on what was SmackDown Live for July 23rd, 2019. Like I said, we are like 3 weeks away into SummerSlam. WWE's second biggest show of the year. And I guarantee you I'm not the only one that feel this way. I guarantee you there's a lot of you people out there that still feel like, yo, they're not even trying. Which is sad. I feel like it's deja vu all over again. I'm saying the same shit that I said last year going to SummerSlam last year, 2018. But if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Give the video a big old thumbs up and share the video throughout your entire social media platforms. If you have not yet checked out, this past weekend I did another installment of Around the Point where I talked about numerous topics, including CM Punk, the best in the world. Some people call him the best quitter in the world. Former WWE champion, 434 days. Making an appearance at StarCast, coming up on August 31st. Coming up for AEW's All Out Weekend. The question is, will he appear or not appear at All Out as part of AEW? I give my thoughts on that and so many other topics as well. If you have not yet checked out this past Monday on Raw, I did a Raw review. I gave my thoughts on Raw Reunion and all that fun stuff. And the big funny thing on the show, Seth Rollins claiming that Brock Lesnar is a Seth Rollins wannabe. And so much other stuff from that show. If you have not checked those out, go check them out whenever you get a chance. If you are a YouTuber, if you are a podcaster, and if you want awesome graphics, awesome overlays done, like you see the one for this video, then you need to do yourself a favor. Hit up the homie, the best graphic designer in the entire YWC, the one, the only, Salrex. Again, if you are a podcaster, a YouTuber, you want awesome logos, graphics, overlays, what have you, hit him up on Twitter at SRXGFX. Tell him that I sent you. Not only does he do graphic designs for myself, but he also does graphic designs for the likes of JD from NY206, the Solomonster, House of Glory, Big Mike, and so many other people that he does graphic designs for. You always wonder how for the pay-per-views, I'm always having the best graphics, best overlays, best thumbnails because of Salrex. Again, the guy just makes amazing stuff for me. I cannot thank him enough. Also, when you think about it, the logo for Around the Point is just fucking amazing as well. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's @HeelSteven. Use the hashtag that you see on the bottom right side of your screen. Hashtag ATPoint, so I know we're talking about the podcast here today for the SmackDown Live review. And again, I want to know your thoughts. Did you guys enjoy SmackDown Live or not? I'm really curious on this. Was it better than Raw Reunion? I think by default it was, but again, it did not really get me that excited for SummerSlam, which is, again, a big worry. Like I said, and I don't want to come off like I'm repeating myself here and shit, but we're 3 weeks away, or 2 weeks now, however you want to fucking look at it, for SummerSlam. Anyway, the show kicked off. Apparently, Kevin Owens challenged Shane McMahon to a match at SummerSlam. How am I not fucking surprised? Stone Cold Kevin Owens is challenging a McMahon. Oh my god. It's 1998 all over again, people. Challenge him to a match. That being Shane O'Mac. Shane accepts. However, Shane adds a twist to all of this. He wants Kevin Owens to quit WWE if Shane is to beat Kevin Owens. And then Shane McMahon proceeds to play a video, a clip if you will, from last year. It was Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw. And Rollins beat Kevin Owens. And then Owens, after the match, gets on the microphone, he sits in the middle of the ring, and he says, "I quit," and he walks away. And then Owen comes out and says, "Oh, that was a different person, not the same person that he was last year. He's more violent." And then Shane O'Mac makes a match official for tonight, the main event of tonight. It's Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns, one-on-one, with Drew McIntyre as the special guest referee, and Elias as the guest timekeeper, and Shane McMahon doing the ring announcing. So again, McMahon wanting pleasure in himself, getting literally the two guys that he has a problem with in the ring going at it. Beating the fuck out of each other. In this case, again, if you're Shane McMahon, having your opponent for SummerSlam getting hurt, why the fuck not? But at the same time, though, again, you know where this is going. They're already hinting out what's going to happen. Whenever you hear a stipulation of Kevin Owens has to quit or someone has to leave or they're putting their career on the line, you know where they're going with this. So don't be surprised if KO gets a win and it's all happily ever after. But it's not going to be the end of this whole McMahon or Shane O'Mac, Kevin Owens feud. It really, really isn't. I hope it is, because honestly, the less Shane we get on TV, the better people I think are going to be for it in the long run. We get Xavier Woods and Big E, along with David Otunga, who's filling in for Byron Saxton. Byron Saxton lost his father this past week, so thoughts and prayer go out to Byron Saxton and his family. So yeah, Big E and Xavier Woods doing commentary with David Otunga and Tom Phillips. There was no Corey Graves, for that matter. No Corey Graves at all. It felt different, the commentary that is. I'm not saying it was amazing or anything like that. It just felt like an empty void almost. It was fun for whatever it was worth, but then you had Big E and Xavier there, I guess, whatever. We had the first match of the night. We had Shinsuke Nakamura, who's the new Intercontinental Champion, versus Apollo Crews, or Apollo now, however the fuck he's going as now, Apollo Crews. And I'm not gonna lie, the match I did like. I thought it was a good paced match. They literally had you thinking throughout this entire match that Apollo Crews was gonna win. Apollo Crews gonna beat Shinsuke Nakamura and potentially get himself a future Intercontinental Championship match. But it didn't go that way. Got to good near falls in. Looked like $1 million, if you will. But then Shinsuke Nakamura, was all said and done, hit him with the Kinshasa for the 1, 2, 3. And Shinsuke got the win. And it looked like after the match, I believe this happened, right? There was a beatdown that continued from Shinsuke on to Apollo Crews. I mean, maybe you can do a program for them too. I just don't think it's SummerSlam bound, by no means at all. Maybe kickoff show bound. But Shinsuke's Intercontinental Champion. Hopefully he gets a good program going into SummerSlam for the championship. It'll be really a shame if the Intercontinental Championship with Shinsuke Nakamura as your Intercontinental Champion gets relegated to the kickoff show. It would really be a shame. Really, really would be. We get Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville backstage. I guess Mandy tells Sonya that they will get a match against the Iconics next week, and if they win, then they'll get a women's tag team championship match. And it's funny because people have been saying, like, oh, this idea of Mandy and Sonya doing like a lesbian angle on television, right? And you can see the eye contact, the stare there between both women. I guess they're doing it. I'm not even sure, but fine if you want to go that route. I'm not sure if Fox is down with that idea or not, but I mean, hey, by all means, right? Why the fuck not? If they go that route or not. Honestly, at this point in juncture, I would rather see Vacant and Mrs. Vacant, the Vacant sisters, if you will, holding on to those titles than the fucking Iconics. But hey, I digress on that. We get Shawn Michaels as a guest on Miz TV. Miz TV, a guest Shawn Michaels, right? And it would kind of irk me in a way. You have Shawn Michaels there, who a night before on Raw Reunion had a reunion with the Clique, right? And Kevin Nash and Scott Hall and DX, right? They confronted the OC, who I still by this very moment did not understand why they're being called the OC. A stupid name, cool logo, okay? I said that during my Raw review. And he's out there endorsing Seth Rollins. Why? I get he's Universal Champion, but it just came out so like forced. He's endorsing Shawn Michaels. My bad. He's endorsing Seth freaking Rollins, right? And then out comes Dolph Ziggler, gets in Michaels' face, telling him him being a failure for coming back, not being retired, this and that. And then Miz got in there as well, talking about how Ziggler's complaining too much, how in this company you do it yourself, you gotta make it happen for yourself, and you just do something about it, what have you. And you see this thing where Miz goes to punch. You see Ziggler punching Miz, right? Miz goes down, and then Michael punches Ziggler. He punches him. And then Michael goes on to check on the Miz. He turns around and Ziggler hits the super kick. A super kick, a sweet chin music, if you will, onto Shawn Michaels. That's right. Dolph Ziggler super kick Shawn Michaels. Before that, though, Michael talked about Ziggler being a wannabe Shawn Michaels, something like that, and something in that degree. Yeah, he basically, again, Michaels calls Ziggler a second-rate Shawn Michaels. And listen, I thought that was great. I thought it was awesome. Except the one part where you had Michaels endorsing Rollins, right? But other than that, you know, if you want to do, I guess, the idea, I'm not saying, okay, they're not doing Shawn Michaels and Dolph Ziggler. They're not doing that. I think what's going to happen is you're going to have, probably more than likely, Dolph Ziggler and The Miz going at it at SummerSlam. Now, is that a match that really intrigues me? By no fucking means at all, no. You put Shawn as a referee, hey, you got to get people to get into this show. You want people to watch SummerSlam. So I guess in WWE's mind, they're at that point, okay, we got to do something. So let's put in a legend. Let's put Shawn Michaels out there. Have him be the referee for this match. I think that's going to happen. I think that's what's likely to happen at SummerSlam. Miz versus Ziggler with Michaels as the referee. I mean, not something I want to see, but I get why they're doing it. You got to have a legend there to get eyes to watch and shit like that. So there you go. We get Ember Moon versus Charlotte Flair. Yeah, Bayley coming out before the match even began. And via roll-up, again, Ember Moon rolls up Charlotte Flair in 20 seconds after a distraction from Bayley. Like I said, after the match, Moon rolled Bayley into the ring. It hit the Eclipse on both Charlotte Flair and Bayley. Keep this in mind. Charlotte said that she will be at SummerSlam and her opponent will be better than Ember Moon. So I'm not sure. Again, guys, correct me here if I'm wrong. I'm not sure if at SummerSlam it's going to be Charlotte and Bayley. I want to believe so. I could be wrong on it. When you think about it, I could be wrong. But a part of me, I don't think that's going to be the fucking women's match, if you will. I just want to make sure here real quick. No. Holy shit. Holy crap, that's crazy. So we're getting Bayley and Ember Moon. Wow. I mean, it's not a bad match. I get why Ember Moon did what she did in a way now. Because, hey, she's facing Bayley at SummerSlam. I think it'll be a fun match. I think also the fact that, hey, you think about this, right? Ember, the last couple of weeks have been bullied by the Iconics. And I guess now she's had it. She's standing up for herself. I think, honestly, it's going to be a triple threat match. They're going to probably add Charlotte into the match and make it a three-way. But then again, Charlotte's claiming that she'll have a better opponent than Ember Moon. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. Maybe Sasha Banks returns. I don't fucking know. I do not fucking know. Okay? But there we go with that. Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston. I said this earlier. The forgotten WWE champion. The forgotten WWE champion. Announces who will he face at SummerSlam. So he's going to basically pull off a John Cena 2013 and announce who he's challenging at SummerSlam. The only difference is, though, when Cena did it, you had the whole roster to show up on the stage. Nope, you had Kofi in the ring. And he calls out Randy Orton. He chooses Randy Orton. Orton comes out. And Kofi basically goes on and just talks about, again, he talks about, again, the matter of SummerSlam. He brought up their history from Madison Square Garden 10 years ago. How 10 years ago, at Madison Square Garden, Kofi Kingston hit the boom drop on Orton in the crowd, and the place went ballistic. The MSG that night was chanting Kofi's name, and everyone thought at that time that Kofi was gonna go on to the main event scene and have a better career, if you will, which did not even happen. And Kofi blames Orton for that and the influence that Orton had at that time. And Orton goes on to say, "Yeah, you're right. He's right on that." And at SummerSlam, he's gonna take the championship away from him and all that stuff. Here's the thing about it, okay? I want to see Randy Orton take the belt off Kofi Kingston. And here's the thing about it, okay? We're at a point where, you know what? With Kofi as champion, yeah, he's a good wrestler, all the fuck you want. He deserved it. And you know what's funny? In the whole promo, right? Orton even said it like, yo, he did him a favor, because this was not supposed to be Kofi Kingston at WrestleMania. It was supposed to be Mustafa Ali, which is funny because early on in the show, Mustafa Ali cuts a promo talking about how he should have been the one challenging for the championship, how he will be WWE champion, how he was there and it got taken away from him and stuff like that. There's a connection right there, motherfuckers. When you think about it, you have Randy Orton telling Kofi that it was not supposed to be him. It was supposed to be Mustafa Ali. You have Mustafa Ali saying that, hey, he was supposed to be WWE champion. It didn't happen. He got hurt. So there's a connection, guys. That being said, though, I want to see Orton take the belt off Kofi. I think we're at a point now where, yeah, it was great when it happened. Kofi Mania, I was there at MetLife Stadium for fucking 8 hours or so. I froze my ass off where the fuck it was, and it rained, right? It was great and dandy. But then after that, it's like, now what? It got stale. I'm sorry. Good performer, good talent in the ring, but he's not moving the needle. I'm sorry. He's not fucking moving the needle. At least with Orton, you know what? Let it be. It should be a fun match. There's history there. 10 years in the making. 10 years later, Kofi still remembers. I just hope, I honestly hope, that Orton chants stupid in the middle of the match. I hope that happens, guys. I really, really do. But after that, we get Kofi Kingston versus Samoa Joe. Kofi ends up getting the win by disqualification when Randy Orton interfered. Orton tried to RKO Kofi Kingston, but Kingston avoided it. Then Orton hit an RKO on Samoa Joe. allowing Kofi to trouble in paradise on Randy Orton to end that whole thing as he's leaving, as he's holding up the title in arm, basically. What I feel bad for too is Samoa Joe, because Samoa Joe loses to Roman Reigns on Monday Night Raw, and then here we are on SmackDown Live. He's getting an RKO by Randy Orton. Like, what the fuck is he doing at SummerSlam, WWE? Tell me, what is he doing at SummerSlam? And if you're gonna tell me, oh, we're gonna do Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe, no, bro, I don't want to see that. No, you had an opportunity to make me get intrigued by that on Monday, and you blew it. So I do not want to see that. But then, like I said before, there was this whole Kofi and Orton thing, 10 years in the making. Kofi remembers. So we'll see how all this goes out. We'll see how all this pans out, but we'll see. We'll fucking see. We get Finn Balor. Finn Balor, right? He wasn't there on SmackDown this past Tuesday. So he comes out and he talks about Bray Wyatt. What happened last Monday when the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, attacked Finn Balor. And you can just look at Balor's eye. He had fear. He was scared. He was nervous. He was shook. Like, he had no idea what the fuck was going on. Right? For the first time, you could see fear in his eyes. And he's like, a different Bray Wyatt. Not the same as last time, but they faced before. So he's challenging Bray Wyatt to a match at SummerSlam. The Fiend, that is, right? And then we get a Firefly Funhouse, which we have not seen in a long time. And it's Bray Wyatt. Joyful Bray, talk about the Fiend accepts, but Finn should be careful what he wishes for. You also had Barry the Buzzard. You also had the Buzzard there. You had Ramblin' Rabbit. But then now we see the Fiend. Now my question to you guys is: do we get the Demon King? Do you have the Demon show up and get defeated by the Fiend, and to elevate the Fiend Bray Wyatt by being the first guy on the main roster to beat the Demon King? I don't think that's gonna happen. I think this whole thing is, hey, Finn Balor being Finn is gonna try to beat the Fiend, face him head on. That's what I think will happen, and then the Fiend will end up beating Finn Balor. And then Balor goes away for 2 months or so and get married, what have you. There's been rumors that he's engaged to a Fox Sports Espanol reporter who's banging his shit. So that's what I think is going to happen. We're not getting no Demon King at SummerSlam, people. I don't see that happening. Sorry. But guys, give me your thoughts on that. Give me your thoughts. We also got the main event. Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. Again, we had ring announcer Shane McMahon, referee Drew McIntyre, timekeeper Elias. And then they quickly, when Reigns attacked McIntyre, and Owens and Reigns fought off McMahon's group, ending with the Superman punch and a stunner to Shane McMahon. The crowd chanted one more time, so Owens hit McMahon with the second stunner. And you have both Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens closing off the show, celebrating that they took out Shane McMahon. This is what I got from this, okay? Again, the focal point here is Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon. That's the focal point for the SmackDown side, basically. If you really wanted to put focus, but had Kofi close the show, choosing his opponent, that being Randy Orton, that's what they should have done. Because again, it's your WWE champion. But at the same time, it's hard for me to take Kofi serious when he's out there throwing fucking pancakes every single fucking week. I do not want that in my WWE champion. But that's around the point. The point here is at the same time is Kevin Owens putting his career on the line. So that's the big focal point on SmackDown Live against Shane McMahon at SummerSlam. Shawn Michaels, again, is there just to, again, get people to watch SummerSlam, be invested in another Dolph Ziggler and Miz match that, again, for no reason whatsoever, just to get two guys on the biggest show of the summer. But it is, when you think about it. And that's SmackDown Live. Again, it was better than Raw by default, but it's not really saying much. It's not, again, it's not getting me invested in SummerSlam by no means, shape, or form. It really, really isn't. And again, I hate to be repetitive with this shit, but WWE, after this week, you'll have 2 weeks. 2 weeks, motherfuckers, to get people invested into SummerSlam. And honestly, I don't see them doing it. I don't. But guys, give me your thoughts on all things that I said. Did you agree? Did you disagree? Did you enjoy SmackDown Live or not? I want to hear your thoughts on all of this. You can follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven. Use the hashtag ATPoint so I know it's for this review and all that fun stuff. If you have not yet checked out this past weekend's installment of Around the Point, again, go give it a listen. I gave my thoughts on numerous topics, including CM Punk showing up at StarCast 3, part of All Out Weekend, and gave my thoughts or opinions of whether or not will he show up at AEW's All Out at the Sears Center in Chicago and all that stuff. If you have not checked that out, go give it a watch. Also, you dorks, last night, this past Monday, after Raw went off the air, I did a Raw review. My thoughts on Raw Reunion, the multiple 24/7 championship title changes, and Seth Rollins calling Brock Lesnar a Seth Rollins wannabe. How funny was that? If you have not checked that out, go give that a watch. And again, guys, if you want awesome graphics, awesome overlay like you see on the screen right now, with the awesome logo there, all done and designed by the best graphic designer in the entire IWC, the one, the only, Salrex. If you are a YouTuber, if you are a podcaster, you want awesome graphics, awesome overlays done for your YouTube channel, your podcast, your anything in general, anything with graphic designs in general, hit him up on Twitter at SRXGFX. Tell him that I sent you. Not only does he do graphic designs for me, but for JD from NY206, Salamonster from the Salamonster Sounds Off, House of Glory, and as well as Big Mike from Big Mike Wrestling Recap Show, and so many other people as well. So hit him up. Tell him that I sent you. Tell him that you want the best graphic designs done in the entire internet wrestling community today. That being said, dorks, hate, comment, and subscribe. And until I will likely do an NXT review, probably be up tomorrow. Not really sure yet, but we'll see. All right, dorks, I am out like Janet's titties. Peace out, Melvins. Kofi Kingston, 10 years later, still remembers. And you know what? A lot of you dorks do as well. A lot of you dorks as well.